Hey, what's up, everybody? Spabrog here, and I'm here to give you the H-Hour Weekly Community Update number 7. This week, H-Hour has finally seen the introduction of PMN mines. And if you don't know what PMN mines are, then you're probably not a SOCOM player. Just kidding. If you're an avid SOCOM fan, you definitely know what PMN mines are. I distinctly remember playing Death Trap and going down the snake tunnel and just getting blown up, trying to hide behind the wall, and there's a mine there, and then I'm all sad. Or I'm playing Desert Glory, for instance, and I go to the hostage room and then there's a mine by the door and then I die. So definitely a lot of feels and nostalgia when it comes to the mines. I'll give you my thoughts and the community's thoughts in a bit, but first I'm going to go over the patch notes, and then I'm going to go over the quick look, and then we'll get into some topics. So starting at the top of the patch notes, we start off with Temple. So Temple, overall, FPS has been improved. They did a lot of technical stuff to the terrain bushes and trees and all that stuff. So that's too technical for me. So basically the gist of it, FPS is way better. I've seen a 5 to 10 FPS improvement, and I actually hit 60 frames at times when I'm in the Temple. And that's good for me because, again, I don't have the highest end graphics card, so that's great. Wolf Run, I was surprised when I saw it. The FPS is a lot better now. They disabled cook lighting. I don't know exactly what that means, but it made it so that I could actually run pretty smooth now. So I'm excited about that because I was streaming the other day and it felt great. Usually when I stream on Wolf Run, it's like, ugh, prepare for a terrible game. But no, it's definitely a lot better. Again, so like I said, we added PMN mines for the game, so they added the animations for it. Surprisingly, this is our first time seeing team kills in the game. There's a new logic for it. So when you plant a mine and somebody runs over your mine, you're gonna die, no matter who you are. So your teammates could run over and they die. I've got a couple team kills. You'll probably see them in the clip above, which is all good because pay attention, motherfuckers. Anyway, they added the mine icon to the kill feed to announce deaths, and they actually added an equipment slot. So there's 3 equipment slots now, so it feels like SOCOM. I could get 2 nades and double ammo when I'm chilling, or I could get 1 nade, well, only if I'm terrorist, 1 nade, 1 PMN mine, and double ammo, and it feels great. Also, you can't pick like multiple mines, if you guys are wondering. That's also in the patch notes. You can't have like 3 sets of mines, excuse me. And when you actually pick the mines, it's not like SOCOM 2 where you get 4 mines. You actually get just 2, which is fine because I feel like 4 is a lot of mines. Even in SOCOM 2, I remember doing like the math and it's like, imagine 8 people had 4 mines. That's 32 mines. Whew. Not fun. But yeah, definitely 2 mines is I feel is a great number. They should keep it like that. And yeah, it fits the game very well. I'm very happy to see it. Also, they did some stuff with the Punk Buster, and if you don't know what that is, that's the anti-cheat program that we have, so nobody can cheat on H-Hour. Honestly, I've never seen any cheaters except for that one time when we were in when they were at PAX and it was like a free weekend, and I saw one guy just speeding through the map, but then he just left because I guess he got bored because it's pointless to hack. I don't know why anybody ever does it, but yeah. Next off, the quick look, and it's very cool. Very cool. So, they talked about PMN mines. So, they're taking in a lot of feedback for the PMN mines as well. But if you just want the cliff notes, the development team's main activities for the rest of the week will be working on our character ragdoll. So that means, I guess they're gonna fix how people actually die, because they kind of do look like ragdolls. But also, I guess they're going to make it so it actually makes a little bit more sense. I say some funky death animations where dudes just fly across the map, which is hilarious. But yeah, they're also reviewing the tester recommendations for improvements to voice. So hopefully we can get our mics completely fixed. At times the mics cut out and it can be very annoying. But I know they've been working on it for the last 3 weeks, so that's why I haven't really been bugging them about. But it's definitely a priority in my mind. They're looking at bug reports as always. And also, yeah, we have to report our bugs. I haven't really seen too many with the PMN mines. I think I felt like an inventory slot kind kind of bug, but I didn't really, delve into it very well. So I got to test it out myself on my own time. Also, this is two really exciting points that I'm about to bring up right here. So in the quick look, they said that they're going to continue the redesign of Sismis. And honestly, right before this video, I went on Twitter and Russ said he's like, you're going to love Sismis the way it is or whatever. So, oof, please God, if it could be as good as Wolfrun, because honestly, I've talked to a lot of the people in the community. They say Wolfrun is their new favorite map now. And that is insane. From going from the worst map, granted we don't have that many maps, but from a map that everybody despised, even if you were good at it, you despise playing it. Everybody's excited to play it. The flow of the map is just awesome. Teamwork, it works very well. I was actually playing with people who actually used their mics yesterday, and it was cool. It felt like I could rush the middle mountain or go through the tunnels, or like if we push together, I'll be like, yeah, watch your back. It was cool. I really liked it. But yeah, if they could continue doing what they did with Wolfrun and making quality maps, if they could do that to Sismis, like, we're chilling, man. It's gonna be so cool. Also, next point, the modelers will begin working on creating new characters in anticipation of the introduction of hostage extraction in Sismis. Boom! You know what that means? They're working on hostage extraction in Sismis. I mean, that's kind of obvious. I just said it. But we're going to get extraction finally. I mean, it's probably not going to be implemented like anytime soon. But definitely they're getting the new characters right now. So I hope by Christmas they'll be the sickest, or maybe probably even Thanksgiving. That's something I'll be thankful for. That'll be great, man. And yeah, so Sismis needs that. I feel like it's okay for a suppression map. I always felt suppression was placeholder. I even thought it would be a great demo map. You put the bomb in the middle or something, or put it in the hospital. But yeah, definitely extraction, really cool. I wonder if he's gonna make the map bigger. I know I've seen talks on the forums where people were like, yeah, Sismis extraction is gonna be cool, but the map is kind of small for that. But I felt like the way that you know, the SOF have to attack terrorists, it would probably make sense for extraction, because then they have to walk backwards back to their spawn, and if the terrorists could push out their spawn, it could be really cool. Also, I felt like defense wise, now that we have mines, it's a lot better for the terrorists to defend. I felt like I was playing Sismis when I was streaming. I would just plant mines, and then, you know, process of elimination in my head, I know who's coming from where. And yeah, minus the team killing, it was really cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the quick look. They also said that during the month of October, the dev testing group put their head together to come up with a pick list of things that could be introduced to H-Hour that improve the player experience, otherwise commonly known as the UI. And yeah, that includes everything from your visuals on screen, menus and options, and how you navigate it, and how information is presented to the players. We give them so much feedback about this, so they know what to do. They said they're able to do the process of, you know, job postings for people who are experienced in UI. So they definitely have enough funding to contract these things. And yeah, so I'm hoping to see something like that. The UI, I think I said it about 2 videos ago, maybe last video, I forgot. I always said that the UI is nice, but it's definitely a placeholder thing. We definitely need something better. They need something more polished. Lynch did a great job, and we love you for it, because we didn't have a radar before. So definitely with this, a lot cooler. I'm very happy to play with it. But you know, we need something nice, man. It's all about improving. You know, we ain't done yet. Also, the menus are going to get better. Hopefully we get in-game options, because that's something a lot of people have been asking about. They don't like going back to the, you know, to the main menu. You might lose your spot, because a lot of people want to change their keyboard options or graphics options, and they have to go all the way back to the main menu, and that could be a hassle. It's not a big deal, but definitely something, you know, for the players. Just don't make them have to go through that stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the quick look. So let's go over some topics right now. So as of late, I haven't been around the community as much because of school and midterms and all that jazz, but I've actually had some time to look at the forums as of late. So let's get into it. So some of the things, obviously, PMN mines, the feedback has been very, very good. I feel like they're not cheap at all. The color of the mines is very important in my opinion, because that could actually make or break how the how the game plays, to be honest. Because if it blends too well, then it could be very cheap, and terrorists are always at a disadvantage since they're the only ones who have it. Or if they're too vibrant and they stick out too much, then there's kind of pointless, since you could already shoot them, you could freaking blow them up with nades. But from what I noticed, it's kind of a red tint. You'll see it in the video, obviously, and the red tint is very good. I thought in my head it wouldn't work, but for some reason it does. They're very low to the ground as well, so they don't poke out as much. So that's very good. They're a decent size. They're not cheap, and I feel like the hitbox on them is very spot on, because I've had times where I like walked around them and had no problem with them, to be honest. So that's good to know. That means they're not a complete barrier, and you could really get some slimy spots because they're low enough so that like if you turn the corner and you're not paying attention, you'll probably run into them, but not cheap enough to the point where you're just like, ugh, mines. Mines feel like if you die, it's your fault. So that's very good. So it's right in that middle ground. Very good. Also with mines, what you're gonna notice is that you could team kill. I said this earlier, but now you could team kill with them. And the thing with mines is they don't activate right away when you put them on the ground. I think it takes about 3 seconds or so before they actually become active. So I've had this dude Hitman freaking kill me because I was sniping or proning, and then he plants a mine in a corner while I'm zoomed in or something, and then I'll die, and then we'll laugh about it. Then I'll kill him, and look at that, somebody just died by their own mine on screen. But yeah, you could actually team kill. You got to be very weary. I feel like this is good on their part, because it wouldn't be really cool if somebody could just run over your mine just to be a dick, just to be a little rude boy. But definitely also gives that feeling to SOCOM where you have to be very cautious to where you walk. You know what I mean? So I really enjoy that part of the game, especially as SOF. It's not run and gun. There's a good balance now. I mean, before it wasn't really run and gun because you could just freaking get shot from anywhere. But there's more like I have to be very cerebral, and I feel like mines they slowly but surely add that element of that cerebral thinking, and keeping the mines is good, man. I'm happy as fuck to have them. I can tell you that right now, especially as terrorists. Woo. And if you want, you could just sit on them. Oh, I love it. And the game doesn't feel campy. That's one thing, like, I guess in the back of our minds, like, will the mines make the game very campy? And fortunately, no. There's good spots to hide, but you can't hide forever in H-Hour. And that's all due to Rust's map design. There's enough places to hide, but you can't hide forever. But yeah, next off, team killing. I think team killing's it's a pretty good thing. I've heard people say that they want team killing from like nades and shooting, but I don't know. It's kind of half and half. Some people want it. I personally don't, because I guess I see the bigger picture of there's not a lot of people playing at once, right? So you could get some jerk off who just wants to come on and I'm gonna kill some people because blah blah blah, my girlfriend doesn't love me or whatever, and then you ruin everybody else's day. That's not cool. So people are like, okay, if we're gonna add team killing, let's add a voting system. Again, voting system isn't cool because the player base is small at the moment. Until the game actually fully releases, that's when we're gonna see the surge of players. But as of now, voting system, I don't think so. So we're kind of in this transition phase where we kind of want team killing, but a lot of signs point to it might not be good because we might need a voting system, and there's not a lot of people playing. So like if you vote somebody out and they get booted, everybody's gonna know who he is, and they're probably always gonna vote him, and then nobody's gonna want to play with them, and then nobody's gonna be playing at the end of the day. So not cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the voting system. Let's see what else. I personally want something to happen with the grenades. Right now we have this thing where when nades hit you, you take damage, but it kind of feels like you never know if you're taking damage unless you look at your health bar, right? So The nade radius for damage is great in my opinion. It needs an animation to knock you down, just like SOCOM. It also needs some type of screen shake, like, especially since there's no team killing. I feel like a screen shake does good in no team kill situations, because it's like, yeah, you can't run out there like a freaking moron, right, and just like run through your boys' nades, and that would add a good element to the game. I know it's probably in the works, but I hope, you know, sooner than later would be better, but you know, good things take time. Pretty much for the nades, maybe you could throw them a little bit further. Also, the accuracy on them is a little iffy at times. I think since I'm used to playing the game, I know where to aim the grenade arc and I don't notice it. You gotta like shoot a little further up if you want it lower. And plus, they don't go that far. I mean, they're terrorists and freaking special operation forces. They should be able to throw the nades a little bit further, maybe like an extra 10 yards. I think that's good. But then again, we don't know what kind of impact it will make on the game itself, on how far, you know, they will go. It might ruin some rush spots. It could potentially make the game pretty uneven. And also, I don't know, it could do that. But nades definitely are something we got to work on. I know when we want to hold it down and throw it as far as possible, that's easy. But when we want to throw like the little freaking light nades, you know, we don't, on PC, like for mouse and keyboard, they don't really have a way to pressure their nades. Like, you can't really see how much pressure you're putting onto it, right? So not cool. We need to change that. Hopefully we get that soon. Next off, it's been a while since we talked about PS4, and I see people asking about it all the time. PS4, they're not going to start developing PS4 until PC is done, and PC should be done by April the latest or February the earliest. So wait for PS4 news around that time. I'll bring it up from time to time on the video, so anybody who's watching is still curious or whatever. Maybe there's PS4 news on the way. We don't know, but as of right now, they said after PC is done, that's when they'll start talking about PS4 or start looking at it or porting over, whatever. But to continue on, there's a couple other things that, you know, like gun mechanics that we need to be working on. I still think the MP5 SD, the P90, I think they're too strong in this game, man. There's a lot of times where, like, they you know what's crazy? They've nerfed the MP5 and it's helped. The accuracy from really far range isn't great, but the fire rate is too strong and it's still somewhat accurate and it could still hit somebody. So what that means is that there's a lot of fire rate and the bullet spread is not terrible, but you can still hit somebody. So that is so big. Especially like the laws of probability are going to say, yeah, you might hit one. In this game, health is your biggest resource. If you got no health, you can't take risks. You have to be very hesitant in your play. And, you know, definitely SMGs need to get a damage reduction. I remember in SOCOM 2, freaking F90, not even the P90, it was called the F90, would do barely any damage. And, well, 9mm sub as well, but 9mm sub has enough bullet spread where it's like the damage is fine, but I think it could take a damage nerf as well. Even the HK5 SD and HK5K, whatever, they all had this one thing where you probably get more headshots, but the damage wasn't a lot. You would have to do like 8 shots to kill somebody. Maybe 15% for like torso shots, or like 17% for torso shots would be great for the SMGs in my opinion. You know, the fire, it's still going to wreck people up close, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like that's alright, in my opinion. Also, last off, people have been talking about a cancel key. So, there's certain parts in the game where, like, you're doing something, right? You're in the middle of an animation, maybe like planning a door. You could cancel maybe like a grenade throw, weapon reload, whatever. Everything. You should be able to cancel it. I don't think maybe for all the things, maybe not for grenades. I feel like you should commit to your grenade if you can. Because I know you could just switch your weapon if anything. But canceling a plant and cancel like canceling a freaking door animation, like opening it midway. There's ways to do it, but they're kind of ghetto. Like for the door, you could just reload, but you're reloading. Yeah, that's kind of a glitch. Nothing game breaking, but you know, when you could bust through a door, but you're not gonna be shooting. But you get what I'm saying. So, but the main one is probably canceling a plant. Like once you start planting, you go into an animation. And in the old SOCOM games, I know in SOCOM 2, you could just walk forward and cancel your plant. Well, he wasn't really doing an animation, I guess, until the very end. So, hey, please do it. Please change it. We need something to cancel out of that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. They ran 20 minutes or so. I'm happy. I thought it was going to be a lot longer. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to leave a sub, because I'm going to do these every week. You know this. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Mr. Spab, MRSPAB. And I also stream. I stream H-Hour, amongst other things. But I've been streaming H-Hour as of late because I love the game. I want it to succeed. And it's twitch.tv/spab_raw. Thanks for watching, guys.